Warren Buffett's three children are facing one of the toughest and most important jobs in philanthropy. Robert Frank joins us right now with this week's Inside Wealth Report. Good morning, Robert.
Becky, great to see you. Well, you could call it the ultimate philanthropic challenge. Warren Buffett is giving away his fortune after his death to a charitable foundation that will be run by his three children. That's Susie, Howie, and Peter. Now, today, Warren Buffett is worth over $150 billion. They will have 10 years to give it all away. And just to add another twist, every gift has to be unanimous for the three of them, so any one of them can veto the others. Now, for most families, this would be a complete disaster. But for the Buffetts, who grew up under Warren's values and financial lessons, the new trust will be a chance to make big bets that other foundations today largely avoid.
Silicon Valley is filled with venture capital. I mean, that's what.
Yeah, well, that's venture capital.
This country is built on venture capital, for better or worse. Yeah. And the fact that a sector that doesn't actually have to have a return isn't doing the most adventurous things is crazy, because we're not beholden to shareholders. We're not beholden to some kind of return, and yet they're often the safest. And so many foundations, live on some kind of legacy, and everybody there feels great about doing good, but they don't work there to try and lose their job tomorrow, right, which is what they should be doing.
Right. That's so
we have
true.
A sunset clause on our foundation, and I think it's 2045, but I'd be 90 anyway. But if I make it that long,
you better make it.
But I mean, we just we can't say what we believe in if we aren't doing it.
So if they have 10 years to give away that $150 billion, they will have to give away more than $15 billion a year. So right now, that would be 4% of all the charitable giving in America. And of course, it adds to the more than $50 billion that Buffett has already given away. Now, had he not given away those shares, which of course would have appreciated, Warren Buffett would today be worth over $300 billion. And he would be the world's second richest man. Now, to watch the full interview with Susie, Howie, and Peter, you can go to CNBC.com/videos. And for a deeper dive on what other wealthy families and philanthropists can learn from the three Buffetts and how they're going to give away their wealth, you can sign up for the Inside Wealth newsletter out tomorrow morning at CNBC.com/InsideWealth.
Hey, Robert, the idea of giving it all away in 10 years, I think that's something that they want to do, but they have this dual mandate, much like the Fed, which is give away all this money in 10 years, but also make sure that they maintain some control at Berkshire to a certain extent to protect and build a fortress around Greg Abel, the company, make sure that nothing comes in until that company is under very steady grounds with any of those things. And what I've heard and what they talked a little bit about in this interview is that there is some flexibility on that. If they feel like they need to slow down the giving, they can do that if it is to protect Berkshire. So they've always got this dual mandate in mind.
Yeah, and what's great about both the philanthropy and the Berkshire piece is that Buffett has set them up, and they know this, for whatever happens. He knows throughout his life, and it was so well portrayed in the documentary last night, that the world changes dramatically. When he first started thinking about philanthropy, he started thinking about nuclear weapons. Now you've got 8 or 9 countries that have them. It's hard for philanthropy to change that. So with both, and they call it that balance between dealing with the voting control and selling down to fund the philanthropy, and there may be conditions at the company they can't think of now that change. But what I thought was really interesting, and that you pointed out last night in the documentary, is how similar their approach to philanthropy is to how he runs Berkshire. Yeah. It's all about the effective and efficient allocation of capital. And that's how they see philanthropy. And whether it's through osmosis or consciousness, they've done for the past 20 years that they've been philanthropists. That's how they've done it. They run very lean organizations.
That's what I was going to say. The focus on anti-bureaucracy, not wanting to get bloated and having a big foundation that is just there to run it. I think that's key for them, too. And they can look to the headquarters of Berkshire Hathaway, which is run by about 24 people.
And to make these big, quick decisions, that's what, as Peter was just saying, that's what philanthropy should be, to really make a big, quick decisions, because the private sector won't.